She laughed and said, "You're so naive. I've been testing you the entire time." After I caught her flirting with the bartender, I asked, "What's my score?" Then I decided to test her as well by getting close to her sister. She's been losing her mind ever since. Looks like she failed the test. I'm a 36-year-old man, sitting here watching Maya, 28, my girlfriend of 2 years, completely lose it over something she initiated. The irony is thick enough to slice with a knife. Last Friday night, we were at Kelly's bar downtown for Jessica's birthday party. The place was packed with loud music and flowing drinks, the usual scene. Maya had been acting strangely all week, distant, on her phone more than usual, making excuses to go out on her own. I should have noticed those warning signs, but thought we could talk about it later. Around 10 p.m., I went to the restroom, and when I returned, I saw Maya practically draped over the bartender, Marcus. He was maybe 24, tall, with dark hair, and thought he was God's gift to women. She was laughing, touching his arm, and leaning in way too close while he prepared her a fancy drink. I walked over, calm as could be. Maya immediately stepped back, but kept that smug grin on her face. Marcus looked uncomfortable and quickly became interested in wiping down glasses. "What's happening here?" I asked, keeping my tone steady. Maya turned to me with a look of pure arrogance mixed with amusement. "Oh, sweetheart, you're so naive. I've been testing you this whole time. I wanted to see how you'd react if I flirted with other guys. It's just a test." The way she said it, so dismissive and proud, like she had just solved a major problem. Her friends were watching, some giggling, others looking uneasy. Marcus had moved to the far end of the bar, smart guy. "What's my grade?" I asked. She laughed, actually laughed. "You passed, baby. You stayed calm and didn't create a scene. Most guys would have freaked out." "Interesting," I replied. "Now it's my turn to test you." Her smile faded slightly, but she quickly regained her confidence. "What do you mean?" "I mean, since we're testing each other, I should get to run some tests too, right? Only fair." "Sure," she said, but her confidence was waning. "Whatever you want to do." "Good to know," I said, then walked away, grabbed my jacket, and left. I didn't say goodbye or create a scene. I just left. She texted me an hour later, asking where I had gone, saying the party wasn't over. My reply, "Test in progress." Then I turned off my phone and went home. Update 1. 3 days later, the consequences began immediately. Maya showed up at my apartment Saturday morning looking frantic. I let her in but kept my distance. "Mike, what is this test you're talking about?" she demanded. "You can't just leave me hanging like that." "You left me hanging when you decided to test me without warning," I replied. "Fair is fair." She tried to laugh it off, claiming I was being dramatic and that her test was harmless. I just listened, nodding occasionally but not committing to anything. The uncertainty was already gnawing at her. My actual test was simple, clever, and aimed at hitting her where it hurt most. You see, Maya has an older sister, Rachel, 31, who got divorced about 6 months ago. Rachel and I always got along well. She thought Maya was immature and said so frequently. They had that competitive sister dynamic where everything was a contest. Maya left my apartment frustrated and confused. An hour later, I texted Rachel. "Hey Rachel, I heard about the divorce. Hope you're doing okay. Want to grab coffee sometime and catch up?" She replied within 10 minutes. "Thanks, Mike. That's really sweet. Coffee sounds great. How about Tuesday?" Tuesday came, and we met at a little cafe downtown. Rachel looked great, confident, as if the divorce had freed her from something. We chatted for 2 hours about everything: her new apartment, plans to travel, work, and other normal topics. What I didn't know was that Maya had followed me there. Around 3 p.m., Rachel received a text from Maya demanding to know why she was having coffee with me. Rachel showed me the message. "Is your sister always this paranoid?" I asked. "Only when she thinks someone might be getting attention that should be hers," Rachel replied with a grin. "This is about that testing thing, isn't it?" I explained what happened at the bar, how Maya had laughed about testing me and called me naive. Rachel's expression darkened. "That sounds exactly like Maya," she said. "She's been manipulating guys like this since high school, testing them and seeing how much she can get away with." We made plans for dinner on Thursday. Nothing inappropriate, just 2 people enjoying each other's company. But Maya didn't need to know the details. By Wednesday, Maya was calling me nonstop. I answered maybe 1 call in 5 and kept my responses brief. The uncertainty was driving her crazy, just as I intended. Update 2. 1 week later, the dinner with Rachel was fantastic. We went to Morello's, an upscale Italian restaurant downtown. Rachel wore a stunning black dress, and we genuinely enjoyed talking, laughing, and savoring the food. I posted one picture on Instagram. Just me and Rachel at the table, wine glasses raised, both smiling. Caption: great company, great food, perfect evening. The explosion was immediate. Maya called me within 5 minutes, her voice shaking with anger. "Mike, what the hell are you doing with my sister?" "Testing you." I replied calmly, "just like you tested me. This isn't the same thing, and you know it. That's my sister, and Marcus was a stranger you were flirting with in public. At least Rachel and I actually enjoy each other's company." "You're sick," she screamed. "This is twisted. Maya, you laughed when you told me you were testing me and called me naive. This is just my version of the same game." She hung up on me but called back 10 minutes later, this time crying. "Mike, please stop this. I'm sorry about the testing thing. I was wrong. Just please don't do this with Rachel." "The test continues," I said and hung up. On Friday, Maya confronted Rachel at her apartment. Rachel later told me the whole story. Maya was crying, demanding to know what was happening between us. Rachel played it perfectly. "We're just spending time together, Maya. Mike is interesting to talk to, and he doesn't play mind games like some people." Maya exploded. "He's my boyfriend. Rachel, how could you do this to me?" Rachel's response was icy. "Your boyfriend, Maya. The same one you were testing by flirting with bartenders. The one you called naive. Maybe you should have appreciated him when you had him." Maya tried to guilt trip her, talking about sister loyalty and family bonds. Rachel quickly shut it down. "You created this situation, Maya. If Mike wants to spend time with someone who treats him with respect instead of testing him, that's your fault, not mine." Maya left in tears, threatening to tell their parents. Rachel just shrugged. Update 3. 2 weeks later, Maya followed through on her threat. She called a family dinner for Sunday, clearly planning to ambush Rachel and me in front of their parents, Linda and Robert. Maya's parents are decent people, but have always coddled her, making excuses for her behavior. I wasn't sure how this would go. Rachel picked me up, and we arrived together. Maya was already there, having obviously been crying and complaining for a while. She spun a story about me manipulating her sister to get revenge. Linda was polite but cool toward me at first. Robert seemed confused. Maya kept shooting daggers at Rachel, who remained perfectly calm. Finally, during dinner, Maya couldn't take it anymore. She started crying again, telling her parents how I was using Rachel to hurt her, how I was being cruel and vindictive. I waited until she finished, then spoke up, calm and measured. Maya invited me to test each other. She started by flirting with a bartender in front of me and all her friends, called me gullible for trusting her, and said it was all just a game. I decided to take her up on her offer and test her back. The room went silent. Linda and Robert looked at Maya, who was turning red. Robert quietly asked, "Is that true, Maya? Did you really tell Mike you were testing him?" "It wasn't serious," Maya protested. "It was just harmless flirting. Mike is actually pursuing my sister," I said. "I'm spending time with someone who doesn't play games with me. Rachel treats me like an adult, not a lab rat." Rachel backed me up. "Dad, Maya has always done this kind of thing. Remember in high school when she would flirt with other girls' boyfriends just to see if she could? She called it testing too." Linda's expression changed. She clearly remembered. "Maya, honey, that behavior was inappropriate then, and it's inappropriate now. You can't test people's feelings and then get upset when they respond in kind." Maya stormed out crying. Robert apologized to me, saying he didn't realize Maya was still playing those kinds of games. Linda hugged Rachel, telling her she was handling things maturely. Update 4. 3 weeks later, Maya's desperation peaked. On Wednesday night, she showed up at my apartment at 11 p.m., drunk, crying, and begging me to stop seeing Rachel and take her back. "Mike, please," she sobbed. "I'm sorry about the testing thing. I was stupid. Just please stop whatever this is with Rachel. It's destroying me." I stood in my doorway, not letting her in. "Maya, you started this game. You laughed about testing me like I was some kind of fool. Now you're upset because I'm playing the same game. It's different and you know it. Rachel is my sister, and Marcus was a complete stranger you were flirting with in front of everyone I knew. At least Rachel actually respects me. She tried every manipulation tactic, tears, threats, promises to change, even attempts to seduce me, thinking that would work. I remained completely unmoved. Finally, she got angry. The mask slipped entirely. "You're doing this for revenge, Mike. This isn't about testing. Maybe, I said. But you started this game, Maya. Don't be mad that I'm better at it than you are. She left, screaming that she'd make me pay and that I'd regret this. Empty threats from someone who'd already lost everything. Final update, 1 month later. It's been a month since Maya's meltdown, and the test results are in. She failed completely. Maya lasted exactly 2 weeks before she cracked. She started stalking Rachel's social media, creating fake accounts to leave nasty comments. She tried to turn their mutual friends against Rachel, spreading rumors that I was manipulating both sisters. The rumors backfired spectacularly. Jessica and the other friends remembered how Maya had bragged about testing me and called me gullible right in front of them at the bar. Suddenly, Maya's victim narrative didn't match what people had actually witnessed. Rachel and I continued spending time together, and honestly, it developed into something real. She's intelligent, funny, and doesn't manipulate people for entertainment. Maya was right about one thing, though. It's not just a test anymore. Rachel and I have genuine feelings for each other. Last week, Rachel told Maya she was done with the drama, and if she couldn't handle seeing us together, she should stay away from family events. Linda and Robert backed Rachel up, saying Maya needed to grow up and face the consequences of her actions. Maya's response was another meltdown, this time at Sunday dinner, accusing everyone of ganging up on her. She stormed out again, but this time nobody followed. Even her parents are exhausted by the dramatics. The beautiful irony is that Maya's test was supposed to prove I was just some naive guy who would tolerate her games. Instead, it proved she was a manipulative person who couldn't handle being treated the way she treated others. She wanted to play games, test my boundaries, and see how much disrespect I would tolerate. The answer was 0. The moment she laughed and called me gullible was the moment she lost me forever. Now she's alone, watching me build something real with her sister, while dealing with the consequences of her own choices. Her test backfired spectacularly, and she received her final grade. She failed. Don't test people unless you're ready to be tested back. Don't call someone naive when they're anything but. And definitely don't laugh about manipulating someone who actually cared about you. Maya learned all of this the hard way. Rachel and I are taking things slow, but we're happy together. Maya can test other people now. We're done with her games forever. Sometimes the best revenge is simply letting someone destroy themselves while you build something better with someone who truly appreciates you.